By trust vested in me by Meycauayan Toastmasters Club and in behalf of our president, Jeff Robles, I call this meeting to order. Tonight we will be tackling quantum physics. What is quantum physics and how does it influence our daily lives? So tonight we'll be having this fascinating topic and I'm sure we will learn more about it. Before we begin our program proper, let's start our meeting with a prayer. And to lead us the prayer, let us call here on stage Toastmaster Liz.
Wait a minute. Good evening, everyone. Let's bow our heads and start our activity for today with a solemn prayer. Heavenly Father, we come together today in the spirit of growth, connection, and learning. Thank you for the opportunity to gather as a group of individuals dedicated to improving ourselves and uplifting one another. May this meeting be filled with encouragement, creativity, and inspiration. Grant us the courage to speak with confidence, the humility to listen with open hearts, and the wisdom to learn from each other. May our words carry kindness and purpose, and may this meeting better equipped to make a positive impact in our communities and beyond. Bless each person here and guide us as we strive to become communicators and leaders in families. Amen.
Let us raise our right hands and recite the Toastmasters promise. As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful, constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to the club meetings so they can see the benefits Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters education and recognition programs, to act within Toastmasters' core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. Okay. To begin this program, let us call here on stage our president, Toastmaster Jeff Robles.
Thank you, Kuya Mark. TTM Mark. Tonight's theme is quantum physics. Might sound intimidating, but it's more relevant to our lives than we realize. Quantum physics explores the behavior of particles at the smallest scales, things we can see but profoundly impact our daily lives, from the technology powering our smartphones to the mysteries of the universe. Quantum physics challenges how we understand reality itself. So, to guide us through tonight's session, we have someone who's not only a seasoned Toastmaster, but also someone who knows how to break down the complex topics with wit and reliability. He is an IT consultant, and as he says, dahil IT consultant ako, pati problema ng cellphones nila sa akin tinatanong. So, IT as in information technologies, not an technician. So, Mark, our Toastmaster of the evening is none other than distinguished Toastmaster Mark, our quantum physics professor. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you for that, President Jeff. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to tonight's meeting where we explore the fascinating theme of quantum physics. Quantum physics may sound complex, but at its heart, It's about understanding the universe in ways that challenge our perception of reality. Did you know that particles can exist in two places at once? It's called superposition. And it reminds me of how we as Toastmasters often balance being both learners and leaders simultaneously. Quantum physics is the branch of science that explores the behavior of matter and energy at the smallest scales, which is the atoms and subatomic particles. Unlike the predictable laws of classical physics, quantum physics reveals a world of uncertainty, duality, and strange phenomena. So there are two key concepts of quantum physics among many, and this includes the superposition and the entanglement. So quantum superposition and quantum entanglement. So what is quantum superposition? Quantum superposition exists if particles can exist in multiple states at once until observed. For example, the Schrodinger's cat thought experiment. For example, imagine a cat inside a box. In that box, there's a bottle of poison that will open only if a random event happens, like a tiny particle breaking down. And there's a weird thing in that kind of scenario. Until you open the box and check, the cat is both alive and dead at the same time. It's like the cat is in two worlds, one where it's alive and one where it's not. And once you open the box and look inside it, you'll see either a live cat or a dead cat. This idea shows how in quantum physics, things can exist in two states at once until someone observes them. The second one is the quantum entanglement, wherein two particles can become linked so that the state of one instantly influences the other, even across vast distances. For example, in a mother and child relationship, where the child is in a faraway place, when tragedy happens to the child, the mother could feel that there was something wrong going on in her child. So there is this influence across vast distances. That's quantum entanglement. Quantum physics is not just theoretical. It has practical applications that shape our world. From the development of quantum computers to secure communication methods like quantum cryptography, this field is paving a way for revolutionary advancements. Let's embark on this journey together tonight, where every role and every speech contributes to our collective growth. To ensure that our meeting runs smoothly, let me introduce our role takers. Our first role taker that I will introduce is the general evaluator, who ensures the meeting's quality and provides feedback to everyone. Just like quantum physics relies on precise measurements, our general evaluator helps us manage our progress. Did you know that quantum mechanics introduced the concept of observer effect, where observing a system can change its behavior? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster, Rainier Donka.
Hi everyone, good evening, and I am actually at awe with how this topic will will unfold this evening. Hi Ninang Christine, good to see you. Bagong gupit si Ninang Christine, ha?
Oh, ikaw yan, nandiyan ka na naman.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Rainier. Now, we have the time evaluator who ensures we stay within our time limits. The time evaluator is like the atomic clock in quantum mechanics, precise and dependable. Atomic clocks, which use the vibrations of atoms to measure time, are a direct application of quantum physics and are essential for the GPS systems. Please welcome our time evaluator, our new Toastmaster, John Centeno.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mark.
Hi,
Good evening,
Toastmaster.
everyone. Yes. Tonight, as a timer, I will do my best to track the time of table topic speaker, prepared speeches, and evaluations. And I will also alert each speaker about the time they have left. And to do this, I will change my virtual backgrounds to their respective colors. Green is if the speaker has reached the minimum time, and yellow it indicates the time that the time is already running out, and red if the time is up. Yeah, that's it. Back
Thank
to
you,
you.
thank you, Toastmaster John. And it's good that our new Toastmaster here, Toastmaster John, has been with Meycauayan Toastmasters Club for, I think, 3 meetings. This is his third time to be here in Toastmasters. And now he's a new member, official member of our club. All right, to continue, our and our account and motion evaluator will help us be conscious of our filler words, ensure our speech is smooth, and our motion on camera is observed. Like quantum coherence, they keep our thoughts aligned. Coherence in quantum physics allows particles to work together harmoniously, much like our communications tonight. Let us all welcome our account and motion evaluator, Toastmaster Rose Padilla.
Good evening, everyone. I will serve as your counter and your motion counter for tonight. And I will be watching your filler words and I suppose your filler actions. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for that, Toastmaster Rose. And finally, our language evaluator will enrich our vocabulary and evaluate our use of language. Think of them as the observer effect in action, where attention to detail transforms our communication. Quantum physics teaches us that the act of observation is powerful, shaping outcomes in ways we cannot fully understand. She will also introduce our technical term of the night. As our language evaluator and word master, let us all welcome Toastmaster Armel Gutierrez. And please introduce the tech term of the night.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I am your language evaluator this evening, and our technical term of the night is superposition. It means that the combination of two distinct physical phenomena of the same type, such as spin or wavelength, so they can coexist as part of the same event. Like a while ago, distinguished Toastmaster Mark used it in a sentence. And for its simple sentence, here's an example. In quantum mechanics, a particle can exist in a state of superposition, meaning it can be in two places at once. I encourage everyone to use that word of the night, superposition, as you expound your thoughts or as you express yourself for tonight. Now, may I hear to someone to use it in a sentence, superposition? How about our president, Toastmaster Jeff?
Hello, Toastmaster Armel. Good evening, everyone. So, apologies for getting late to tonight. It's been a roller coaster ride for me. So, I will use superposition in a sentence. So, I will relate it on what happened earlier. When the time met the 6 p.m. mark, I feel like I'm in a superposition with my workloads that I cannot move on and go with my Toastmaster friends. And that's all. Thank you, Toastmaster Armel.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jeff, for practically using the word superposition and applying it in your actual situation a while ago. Over to you, DTM Mark.
Thank you, Toastmaster Armel. Actually, for me, super the topic of superposition, I think it's the opposite of law of impenetrability. In classical physics, we have this law of impenetrability, which states that no two or more particles or objects can exist at the same place at the same time. So for superposition, particles can exist in different state at one place at one time, or at different places at one time. So I think it's the opposite of law of impenetrability. All right. It's still, we have been here in our program for 15 minutes, and I think it's mind-boggling already. Now, it's time for our table topic session, where we embrace the uncertainty of impromptu speaking, just like the unpredictability of quantum particles. In quantum physics, Heisenberg's uncertainty principle tells us that we can never know both what the position and momentum of a particle with absolute certainty. Similarly, in table topics, we cannot predict the question, but can always respond with confidence. To lead this exciting segment, let us all welcome our table topics master, our president, Toastmaster Jeff Robles.
All right. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Mark. Good evening, everyone. Tonight's table topic session will challenge our impromptu speaking skills and stretch our creativity as we explore the quantum physics world or realm. Don't worry, you don't need to be a scientist to prove that you are fit for the role of being a quantum physicist. So I will give you some questions and quotations later that you need to answer. So for our guests, if we have or new members, so this session is one of the most challenging and most awaited session in the meeting, because you will have to speak on your own, think within your minds, and speak through impromptu without any preparations. Now, to start, I will give you some table topics, patterns, or structure that could help you on our science exam or quiz later. So here it is. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Mhm.
Give me a thumbs up. All right. So the first table topics pattern or structure is called SMG. It's story message game. So this is typically used in giving advice and for reassuring. So parts of a good story, characters, scenarios, conflicts, resolution. So this can be used as statements like, I remember when I was a child, I was working, etc., etc. Second, my message is blah, 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 so that, and so on and so forth. So that's the first table topic pattern. Please remember SMG. And for the second, it's past, present, future. So in this pattern, this is a very diplomatic approach, as it is good for disagreement but not being disagreeable, because you're going to compare what has been done on the past, what is happening in the present, and what's going to happen in the future that you foresee. So the transitional statements are in the past, nowadays for the present, and for the future, I hope that in the future. All right, so we have two table topics patterns. And for the third one, it's called PrEP. PrEP stands for position, reason, example, position. So this is used to project strengths, as it is good for convincing people to your conviction. So give your stance first, give your reasoning, have an example or personal based experience, and then go back again to your position or your stance. So these are the some transitional statements that we can use, like I believe that, because, for example, and that is why I believe that.
So guys, you have already 3 table topics pattern. Lastly, that I can give you or advice is the 4th one, which is if you don't know about the subject, change the subject. So from table topics experts here that are already participating in the contest can use this because sometimes table topics is so broad or so deep that they can comprehend within the allotted time, or because they are time pressured due to the audience and the judges that are seeing them, you can change the subject. So some of the transitional statements are many people talk about the subject, which is the table topic pattern, the table topics, and then you would say that, but I would like to take this position like that. So you have to change the subject. So here are some of the transitional statements that you can use. Again, these are only for table topic patterns. You can create more, suggest more, and research more of many table topic patterns or structures that you can use. Now, we are done with the table topic patterns. Let's move on to our scientific exam tonight. Let me share my screen, transition to the table topics PowerPoint. All right. Could you see my lesson plan? Okay. So here's my lesson plan for tonight. It's quantum physics. So who wants to volunteer first? First. So before you volunteer, I will give you the mechanics. So I have 6 topics or questions. The one who will volunteer or has the stage or spotlight on him or her should pick one lab dress. It's either lab coat, closed-toed shoes, full coverage clothing, safety goggles, protective gloves, or hair restraints. You know, when experimenting about quantum physics, we need these PPEs or personal protective equipments. So again, just choose one and I will pick the one you have chosen and you will have to explain or address the topic. So anyone here who wants to go first? I would like to ask, let's see. How about you, our distinguished Toastmaster Christine
I
Temblique?
knew it. Yes.
Is it okay? All
Yes,
right.
yes, of course. Yeah.
So
I knew it.
between these 6 PPEs or lab dress, what would you choose?
I choose protective gloves.
Protective gloves. So that's number 5. Let me stop share first, okay? Because you will see the other protective gloves. All right. Sure again. Protective gloves. Tita Christine, here is it. A quantum leap in science refers to a sudden and significant change in energy levels. Again, quantum leap, meaning it refers to sudden and significant change in energy levels. In life, it is often used as a metaphor of major breakthroughs. So here's your question. What does quantum leap mean to you in a personal or professional context? What does quantum leap mean to you in a personal or professional context? Distinguished Toastmaster Christine.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. And behind this table topics, I think I chose the wrong time to attend the meeting because quantum physics is really stranger to me. Anyway, it's probably providential also because Rainier is here. So good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and I've missed the members of Meycauayan. Quantum leap. Okay. When we started the business, we started as a simple manufacturer of wire products, producing home home products like dish drainers, shoe racks, and those kind of things. Then there was a major breakthrough when we suddenly shifted from industrial and commercial supply of this wire and wood products to being a shop fitter and a retail contractor. That was a quantum leap for our business. And that was the time it occurred when I got married with the late Tito George, because this is a breakthrough in our business. So this is what I consider the quantum leap in our lives, because it is a humongous change from what we used to do. Even the size of the business has also taken a major leap in terms of quantity and maybe financially as well. So quantum leap is something that happens in our lives, and we always, I'm sure all of us always go through this quantum leap in our lives, wherein we experience change, progress, and success in a way that has been magnified compared to our previous circumstances in lives. So I hope everyone experiences a quantum leap once or several times in their lives. Good evening.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Christine. That's right. Quantum leap. Everyone has experienced this kind of moment in their lives. Maybe in your business, starting your business, changing career, applying for a new job, or having a boyfriend or girlfriend or marriage proposal. That's a quantum leap in your own personal lives. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Christine, for giving your answer or speech. Next. So who wants to be the next one to answer our scientific trivias? Anyone? So before you raise your hand, please do remember to use our word of the night, which is superposition. All right. So who's gonna be next?
Let me volunteer.
I'm excited.
I can.
All right.
Yeah, let's try it. Yep.
I will show you the lab dresses and pick one. Okay, can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. Protective gloves is already crossed out. So choose
Okay.
between these 5.
Lab coat, I guess. Yep.
Lab coat. Wow. Okay, so that's number 1. So I
For
don't
the
need
coat
to.
of the day.
Yeah, lab coat for the lab gown of the day. All right, here's your context. So quantum physics has inspired research into quantum teleportation. So where particles transmit information instantly across distances, so from one point to another. While it's not yet possible for humans, it sparks the imaginations. So here's your question, Toastmaster Rose. If teleportation became possible thanks to quantum physics, where would you go first? If teleportation became possible thanks to quantum physics, where would you go first? Toastmaster Rose.
Wow, this is a very difficult question, Toastmaster Jeff. I do want to visit many, many places in the world, but that's just for me. And what I would do if I would have this contraption to be able to travel to another place instantaneously, I would take my parents and I would visit our relatives in Ireland, maybe for a month. Or maybe we could go there in the morning and then, get back in the evening so that we can have dinner in our place. And then go back to Canada the next day for my other tita. So I would visit my aunts in Ireland and Canada, and I would bring along my parents, and that's what I would do if I. The first thing that I would do if I would say ano visa kayo. Oh, yes. So that's what the first thing that I would do. Second is that I would take my family, and the two places that I really would love to visit is Italy, so that I can taste real pizza and real spaghetti. I wonder what they taste like. And to Japan, because they have such an intriguing culture. So I have a lot to share, and I have a lot of places that I would like to visit. But of course, at the end of the day, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Clicking my heels 3 times. If only we could be in a superposition and visit many places at many times in quantum physics as well. But for now, we cannot do that, and it's left to our imagination. For now, let's enjoy the comfort of this meeting in our homes. Back to you, Toastmaster Jeff.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Rose. That's a wonderful speech. So everyone would love to go to Canada, Italy, and Japan. But Miss Rose is right. Our home is the best place we got. Thank you, Toastmaster Rose, for sharing your thoughts for tonight. So for the next table topics, I think I can have at least 2 more. So third will be who wants to volunteer? You know, guys, our table topics for tonight is very intriguing and more like for nerds, since it's Toastmasters more table or forte, right? It's quantum physics. Yeah, it hurts our brain cells and like a nosebleed in imagining quantum physics theories. So who wants to go? I'll try the third one. Not his forte daw. Yeah. Are you ready? Don't turn off your video, guys. TMR, are you ready? You want to try the third one? Toastmaster More? You're muted, sir.
Yes.
All right. So Toastmaster More is ready for the challenge. I will show you the choices. So lab coat is cross is X and protective gloves. You can only choose closed-toed shoes, full coverage clothing, safety goggles, and hair restraints. So choose between these 4.
I will choose safety goggles.
Safety goggles. All right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I will stop share first and get ready and have a deep inhale or exhale. You chose safety goggles. All right. Share screen. Okay, here's the context. Toastmaster Mark. Albert Einstein's famous quote, "God does not play dice with the universe." It's a statement made in reference to his belief in determinism. So what is determinism? Determinism is the idea that all events, including those in the natural world, are predetermined and can be predicted with complete accuracy. So here's your question, Toastmaster Mar. Einstein said, God does not play dice with the universe. Do you agree or disagree, and why?
I agree that God does not play dice with the universe because from the Bible itself, it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was God. In other words, there is already an order, even the order of creation, day 1, 2, 3, 4, and then at day 7, God rested. So, in other words, it was determined who was the Word. And after all this creation, it is very clear that there is Jesus Christ. There are 2 gods. There is Jesus Christ as God, because God said, let us make men in our image. So that is from the Bible because the universe is in order. Even our solar system, the galaxy, the Milky Way. In other words, God, nothing will happen unless God wills or God permits. So that is why I will agree with Einstein. And of course, we know that everything in this age of all the artificial, not everything can be made artificially. So it is God of order who made all these things possible. Yes, that is why we don't have to be carried away or go with the fact that everything right now is artificial. They may be artificial intelligence, artificial beauty, but God does not mean all this artificial because there is a natural order in His creation, and in all the process that are involved, even He made all plants and animals, even He made all the viruses and all these insects for decomposition. So everything that goes in a cycle is made by God. Even what we call as the cycle, the food cycle, like mosquito eaten by frog, frog eaten by snake, etc. Back to you, those table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mar. Yeah, I agree. I cannot rebut what you have said, Toastmaster Mar, because God has always knows how to arrange things in order on what on his liking. So thank you, Toastmaster Mar, for giving or sharing your thoughts to all of us. So here's the next table topics. Who wants to try? Want to try? Toastmaster Bet? Are you ready?
I'm not ready, but I guess
You have no choice. All
I have
right.
no choice.
Okay.
You mentioned my name. All right,
So
let's go.
yeah, Toastmaster Bet, this will be your first table topics, I think. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I will show you the choices again. And good luck. Okay, so lab coat, safety goggles, protective gloves are crossed out. You only have closed-toed shoes, full coverage clothing, and hair restraints.
And because I am from Anta Company, I will choose closed-toed shoes.
Wow. You will use closed-toed shoes. This is a promotion, huh? All right, Toastmaster Bet. Here's your context for the closed-toed shoes. The Heisenberg uncertainty principle tell us that we can't measure both the position and momentum of a particle with absolute precision. This reminds us that some things in life are inherently uncertain. No speed, right? Toastmaster Bet. All right, so here's your question. What lesson can we learn from the concept of uncertainty in quantum physics? What lesson can we learn from the concept of uncertainty in quantum physics? Toastmaster Bet, the stage is yours.
As a leader, every decision you make puts you in a superposition of outcomes for your team. Will your choice inspire innovation, foster collaboration, or guide them through challenges? So whatever action or possibilities exist simultaneously, it's the clarity of your vision and energy of your leadership that makes those potentials into reality. But whatever the outcome may be, whether you choose the right decision, there will always be a certain amount of uncertainty with the outcome. Some may call it, oh, how have you heard about the Murphy's Law? In the Murphy's Law, everything comes in the right timing, with the right connections, with the right transactions, with the right decisions. But something just always comes up when you least expect it. It's some uncertainty from the universe, from some unknown power or unknown equities. So in the realm of quantum physics, maybe these uncertainties are expected already. But in your mind and in your heart, whatever your decision may be, as a team leader, as I have experienced, you stick to your decision, even whatever the outcome may be. Thank you, Toastmaster. Back to you, table topic Toastmaster Jeff.
Thank you, Toastmaster Beth. So hearing you, it's like I'm listening from a table topics champion. It's like it's not your first time. You're very good in your pronunciation, delivery, and your thought process. Congratulations, Toastmaster Beth, for taking the leap or quantum leap in delivering your first table topics. So that's the thought-provoking table topics I have shared with you guys, my dear Toastmaster friends and guests. I hope you have enjoyed our table topics session tonight. And thank you for all the participants for their creative responses. Now let's take to have do we have a break or we should continue to the prepared speech portion?
We can continue to the
Miss Timer, yeah.
we can continue to the prepared speakers.
We will proceed to the prepared speech portion, right? All right. So thank you guys for listening and contributing and participating with our challenging table topics. Back to you, to our Toastmaster of the evening, distinguished Toastmaster Mark.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jeff, for that engaging session. Everyone who participated truly embraced the spirit of quantum exploration. Just as quantum particles can exist in a state of superposition, our table topic speakers showed us the superposition of creativity and courage, as what Toastmaster Jeff has mentioned. In fact, a few months ago, we had a meeting with the team exploring parallel universes. Actually, this is the second part of that team. Now let's go to the prepared speeches segment. Tonight, our speakers will take us on a journey of growth and discovery. As we can think of these speeches as quantum leaps, small steps that lead to significant transformation, like what distinguished Toastmaster Christine has expounded just earlier. Speaking of quantum leaps, this term originates from quantum mechanics, describing how electrons jump from one energy level to another without traversing a space in between. It is a reminder that progress doesn't always happen linearly, but in a sudden, impactful moments. Now, let's begin the prepared speeches. Ladies and gentlemen, our first speaker is an entrepreneur, wife, and mother. She has been a Toastmaster for around 2 years. She exposed her humor when she delivered her speech about Himalayan salt a few months ago. Tonight, She will deliver a speech under the Innovative Planning Pact Level 1.4.1, Evaluation and Feedback, as she will present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The time is 5 to 7 minutes, and her speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Marley Biran. To deliver a speech entitled Quantum Mompreneur, Embracing the Multiverse of Motherhood and Entrepreneurship, let's give it up to Toastmaster Rochelle De Jesus.
Today, I invite you to enter the fascinating realm where motherhood and entrepreneurship converge. As a mompreneur, I discovered that embracing the principles of quantum physics can help us navigate the complexities of our multifaceted lives. In quantum physics, particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously, a phenomenon known as superposition. As a as mompreneur, we too can exist in multiple states at once. We're caregivers, business leaders, partners, friends, and individuals all simultaneously. But here's the fascinating part. Just as particles can become entangled, our roles as moms and entrepreneurs are deeply intertwined. The skills we develop as caregivers, empathy, patience, and multitasking are equally valuable in our business ventures. And conversely, the lessons we learn as entrepreneurs, resilience, adaptability, and strategic thinking inform our approach to parenting. As I navigate, as I navigate this multiverse, I often find myself wondering, am I doing this right? But then I remind myself, I don't know if it's the right path. But even if it's hard, it's my journey anyway. And my speech too. In this superposition of roles, I'm simultaneously a mom, nurturing and caring for my family, an entrepreneur, driving business growth and innovation, a partner, supporting my loved ones, a friend, connecting with my community. And yet, I'm not just one or the other. I'm all of these roles at once, existing in a beautiful state of superposition. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but I know that I'm always in superposition, simultaneously juggling multiple roles and somehow keeping my sanity. I don't know if I should laugh. And when people ask me how I manage it, I say I'm not sure, but I think I've mastered the art of quantum mompreneurship, existing in multiple states of chaos and harmony simultaneously. Being a mompreneur is not about being in two places at once. It's about existing in multiple states simultaneously. It's about embracing the superposition of our roles and leveraging the entanglement of our skills by recognizing and celebrating this quantum reality. We can unlock new levels of creativity, productivity, and fulfillment. So let's raise a glass to the quantum mompreneurship among us. May we continue to thrive in the multiverse of motherhood and entrepreneurship. Cheers! Good night. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you for that, Toastmaster Rochelle. I was odd. While I was drinking water, I was about to blow. I don't know why. Okay. I agree with you, Toastmaster Rochelle, that superposition can be observed in mompreneurship. And even in being a parent alone, superposition can also exist, can also be observed. Thank you for that speech, Toastmaster Rochelle. Now moving on, our second and last speaker is a promising Toastmaster as he exhibits his leadership skills in Meycauayan Toastmasters Club. He is a mechanical engineer by profession and currently working in a large company based in Ortigas. He is 10 years younger than me, yet I have the audacity to call him Kuya Jeff. And tonight, he will deliver his speech under the Persuasive Influence Path Level 1.4.2, which is evaluation and feedback, as he will present a speech on any topic and apply the feedback that he received in the previous speech. For the benefit of our speech evaluator and our general evaluator, some feedback he received were the following. He had an entertaining stage presence and body movements. He needed to be mindful of the time allotment, and he has to omit the dragging statistics for a humorous speech. Let's see how he had improved from his previous speech. The time is 5 to 7 minutes, and his speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Juliet Kabatingan. To deliver a speech entitled My Most Expensive Coffee, let us all welcome Toastmaster Jeff Robles.
You look fat. Have you worked already? Where are you working now? Those were the lines I heard at one of our family reunions. Classic Filipino reunion, right? Every tito and tita acting like they're hosting a Q&A panel. I mean, sure, I wanted to tell my tita, I have work. I already have work because I worked hard finishing that extra serving of lechon earlier. But seriously, being asked if I had a job was intimidating. Back then, I felt like I was being interrogated by reporters slash economists. Speaking of economists, did you know even big banks and financial analysts are really having a hard time on predicting the country's economic outlook? Net exports, inflation, government spending, the number of ayuda. You name it, they are crunching numbers. But you know what they are missing? Well, the true indicator of economic growth is coffee. Yes, you heard it right. It's coffee. You don't believe me? Look around. Even the Marites, Those legendary gossipers of our barangays cannot start their daily dose of Kumare, my neighbor has a new boyfriend without drinking his iced caramel macchiato on his favorite coffee shop. It's like their caffeine is directly linked in the performance of their chismis. So coffee fuels their energy to report the hottest news that even CNN hasn't even heard of yet. Still not convinced. Just head to Makati, BGC, or Ortigas. Coffee isn't just a drink. It's a lifestyle. People walk the streets holding the Starbucks tumblers or coffee bean cups like they're carrying their Olympic torch. Look around you when you are on these business districts. People have always these Starbucks tumblers on their hands or on their bags. Even my manager once admitted, Jeff, I can survive without breakfast. But coffee, I cannot. I'm useless. Now, I wasn't a coffee drinker at first. In fact, my relationship with coffee was pretty uneventful until one fateful day that coffee has changed my life forever. It was the day of an important job interview. I was dressed to impress. White long sleeves, perfectly ironed pants, shiny shoes, so reflective you could check your teeth for food, and of course, wearing my finest Lacoste perfume. I looked like a CEO ready to sign a million peso deal, or at least I felt like one. But then, while commuting on a bus, my stomach declared war. Revolution! No warnings, no feedstocks, just chaos. So I prayed to every saint, San Pedro, San Pablo, even San Miguel Bir, the Archangel one. And just as I was about to wave that white flag, I saw it. Starbucks! There it was. It's like an oasis in the middle of the desert. So I yelled, Kuya, stop the car. I didn't care if it wasn't an unloading zone. This was a CR emergency. So I bolted inside on the Starbucks and saw the restroom. I thought, hallelujah. Then suddenly, plot twist, the restroom had a keypad. It needed a code. Then the barista or staff approached me. She said, Sir, you need to make a purchase first. At that moment, I was ready to buy anything. Just give me that code. So I rushed to the cashier. Then she asked, Sir, what would you like to order? And I said, anything, whichever is faster. She said, cold brew or Americano, sir? I said, just choose for me. She said, tall, grande, or venti? Oh my God. I shouted, Miss, I'm about to explode. Just choose for me. She gave me the total of 180 pesos. My gosh, 180 pesos for a CR entrance fee? That's ridiculous. So I checked my pocket, looked for 180 peso cash. Nothing. My wallet, nothing. Thank God, GCash was invented. But GCash decided to betray me. We're sorry. We're on a maintenance break. So at this point, I was negotiating with God. Lord, please help me. And finally, the payment went through. So I grabbed the receipt like it was a baton on a marathon, sprinted to the restroom, and punched in the code. 02152 Code incorrect. So I tried again. 02152 Code incorrect. By now, I was sweating like a roasted lechon. My stomach started doing Zumba, the apathy version. Ah, patay, 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 patay. On the third try, the door finally opened. I ran inside, locked the door, and sat down. Sweet relief. But just when I thought that the worst was over, I realized no tissue, no bidet, nothing. Just me, my desperation, and my golden Starbucks receipt. I thought, well, you served your purpose twice a day. So I walked out of the restroom completely transformed. My shiny shoes were dull, and my once perfect outfit clung to me like a wet towel. And you know, that, let's say my Lacoste perfume wasn't the dominant scent anymore. But did I let it stop me? No way. I walked straight into that interview like nothing happened. So, dear friends, next time life puts you in a Starbucks emergency restroom moments, remember this. It's in the messy moments or chaotic moments that lead to your most memorable victories. Oh, and if anyone at your next family reunion asks if you're working, just tell them, yes, I've worked on surviving life. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Toastmaster Jeff. Indeed, yes, Starbucks is all around. And I experienced actually, I didn't experience the way that you experienced it, but I experienced the password on the comfort room in Starbucks that was erroneous in nature. It was unavailable. But I didn't experience the same experience that you have had in Starbucks. Thank you for that wonderful speech, Toastmaster Jeff. And that ends our prepared speech segment. Fellow Toastmasters, let's continue to our evaluation. Feedback is essential for growth, just as experiments refine quantum theories. Evaluations are a crucial part of our meeting where we gain insights into our strengths and areas for improvement. In quantum physics, the concept of entanglement shows us how particles, once connected, remain linked no matter the distance. Similarly, evaluations connect us as a community, helping each other grow through constructive feedback. And this is the beauty of Toastmasters, that we receive and we give constructive feedback. At this very moment, we will witness this connection in action as evaluators share their observations and suggestions. To guide us through this important segment, please welcome our guest general evaluator, past Division M Director, and distinguished Toastmaster, Rainer Dunca.
Thank you very much to our Vice President for Education, distinguished Toastmaster Mark Edrada. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Good evening, fellow physicists. And of course, good evening, Meycauayan Toastmasters Club. I remember vividly that when I first was invited to Meycauayan Toastmasters Club, I think a few years ago, I was actually scared because I knew that distinguished Toastmaster Christine Temblique is a member of Meycauayan Toastmasters. And who wouldn't be scared with that look? When I first saw her, it's like it's like a grueling look or stare that she would give everyone. But to my surprise, the superposition of things really turned out that she is a very lovely lady, just like how she was able to mold Meycauayan Toastmasters Club into what it is today. And I am very happy to be back here as your general evaluator. Our theme for this evening, quantum physics. It's my first time attending a club meeting with such a very technical and highly scientific topic. And to my surprise, I just looked it up in the internet and I saw some similarities of quantum physics into the way that we do Toastmasters evaluation. Number one is that quantum physics deals with investigating behaviors of matter. Just like in evaluation, we look into different aspects of our speeches. We investigate our own behavior when we deliver speeches, when we tell our messages, and that is what we are looking for or what we'll be focusing on here in our evaluation portion. Second is in the way that we focus on the fundamentals or the building blocks of matter. Quantum physics would look into what really comprise something or a matter, or in terms of Toastmasters, what would make a speech something that would be compelling. We will be looking into those building blocks of what matters in a speech. And third is focusing on minute particles. Minute particles mean these are very small things that sometimes very much negligible. But you know what? Here in Toastmasters, nothing is negligible. So even the way that we look at how we manage time, how we use filler words, or how we use the word of the day seem to be minute or seem to be minimal. But this is also something that we'll be looking into. A great man named Stephen Hawking was once asked what quantum physics is for him. I googled this one. He said that quantum physics tells us that no matter how thorough our observation of the present, the unobserved past, like the future, is indefinite and exists only as a spectrum of possibilities. My fellow Toastmasters, this portion of our meeting is all dedicated to exploring possibilities with minute details, exploring the fundamentals. I am joined by my fellow physicists who have observed how we've performed in our speeches tonight. So without any further delay, I would like to call in our table topics evaluator to lead us in the evaluation of our impromptu speech section. I would like to call into the virtual stage Toastmaster Lit Mabayan. Round of applause.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, especially to our guest, General Evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster Renier Dunca. As your evaluator for the table topics, I would like to first evaluate the four speakers that we have listened to in general. All of them really mesmerized us all. The topic tonight is really quite difficult. It's quantum physics, but all of them were able to navigate. They were able to just express themselves with all the table topics that were given to them. First, we have our distinguished Toastmaster Christine, who was asked to share something about quantum leap. Quantum leap is about a breakthrough. And I was intently listening to your story. And indeed, there was a breakthrough there. And it was so inspiring that you started sharing your story from the very first products that you were producing, and then you had a breakthrough. You went on into producing more complicated items. That's the gist of your story. So I know everyone would agree with me that our distinguished Toastmaster, Christine, used the prep, the position, the reason, example, and position. So there was really a quantum leap there. And as you were delivering your message from beginning to the body up to the end, it was so organized that you even had a take home at the end of your message. It was so short, but it was like a complete message. When you challenge us at the end, I hope that everybody will have a quantum leap, several quantum leaps all throughout our lives. That was very inspiring. And I'd like to move on to our second speaker, who was Rose. As I've said, all the speakers mesmerized me. And at this second speech, where our speaker, Direct Rose, was asked to talk about quantum teleportation, Rose, you really have this magic that when you speak, like I will just listen to you. I totally forgot that I was an evaluator and I was just listening to you, and I was traveling with you because your message was about teleportation. And we all learned that you wanted to go to two countries, Japan and what's the other one?
Italy.
Italy, yes. Yes, I hope I could just join you in your journey to those places. But just like the former speaker, Christine, the possibility of quantum leap, you also made us so confident that we could actually do quantum teleportation. And you made us believe that it is not just a theory, it's a possibility. That's how you did with your short message. And it is SMG that you use, soaring message gain. And you also had that organized speech. All the speakers, I would say, are very good speakers. So I think I would just have to ask our general evaluator, Rainier Dunga, for some negative things if ever they have committed once, because all I see are the beauty of their messages. So I thank you, Direct Rose, for how you shared with us your dreams of traveling. And indeed, you are so convincing that quantum teleportation is possible. I would like to move on to the third speaker, who was Toastmaster Mar. He talked about the quotation made by Albert Einstein: God does not play dice with the universe. He said he totally agreed with that. And then he talked about having order. There's already order in the world. That's his first statement. And again, also, just like Rose, you are so convincing that all the artificial intelligence and artificial beauty that we have around us, although they truly exist, are nothing compared to the order that God has already put in creation. So what can I say? 1, 2, 3, and the third speaker again is someone who was able to give us an organized message. And the fourth speaker, who is a very new Toastmaster, really surprised us. It's like what President Jeff commented about her earlier, that she sounded, or she talked like a pro. You sounded like you have been doing Toastmasters table topics all throughout your life. Yeah, you're a natural, really, Betchay, Toastmaster Betchay. And you made us believe in the certainty of uncertainty. And as you have mentioned in your short message, that sometimes there are surprises, sometimes something just happens. And it's a big surprise, really, that you were able to expound on that topic. It talked about Heisenberg uncertainty principle, but you were not even intimidated by that. You even introduced the Murphy's Law. Wow. You reminded us that when something is about to go wrong, it would definitely go wrong. So that's what Murphy's Law is all about. And then you added But indeed, there is something that is so uncertain that could just come any moment. And you are one surprise. You are one very wonderful surprise to Meycauayan Toastmasters Club. Thank you that you're now part of the people who are really not ordinary people. Betray Toastmasters Club, Meycauayan Toastmasters Club is a group of people who wants to talk about things that are too good to be true, like what we're talking about tonight. And we're just enjoying every moment. Thank you for all the speakers. You have really mesmerized us with your speeches. And I, again, would say what I said earlier. I need the help of our general evaluator, Rainier, to help me give suggestions because all I see were gems. And I know you will have to add my evaluation later on. Thank you, everyone.
Round of applause for Toastmaster Lit, and thank you for leading that evaluation of the table topics portion. Toastmaster Lit, I love your eloquence and the way that you confidently gave feedback to our speakers. It seems like you know the rules and you know the ins and outs of table topics. So good job in doing so. And I also would like to congratulate you for observing a style or a technique when you use the inverted pyramid kind of style. What do I mean by inverted pyramid? You started with broad observations that are very important, and that is how you started your commendation. So good job in doing that. I also love the way that you're very descriptive in your words and you're able to give illustrations on how the points were given in the speeches of our table topic speakers tonight. And of course, you were very personal. I would like to challenge you, Toastmaster Lit, with three things in evaluating table topics, specifically for the portion of impromptu speaking. Number one is the tendency for evaluators to summarize the speech that you heard earlier. So instead of summarizing or giving a synthesis of what the speech was all about, I would challenge you to use those points to be able to say and highlight perhaps the commendations or even recommendations. So it is time is very precious in evaluating table topics. So instead of using synthesis or summaries or even repetitions, use those as points for your recommendations or commendations. Second is be cautious when you say or when you mention things like negative things about the speeches. So I challenge you to maintain positivity in the way that we conduct our evaluations to make it sound more encouraging. So you can actually say instead of negative things, areas for improvement or things to work on, right? And third is keeping it personal. What do I mean by keeping it personal? I encourage you to maintain the first person when evaluating. Remember, evaluations are personal. So instead of saying, I am sure that everyone in this group appreciates your story, but don't assume that everyone actually does. So keep it personal. So you can say, I appreciate your story. I think that your story was effective, so on and so forth. Keep it in the first person. So those are the three challenges that I would like to give to you. And the last one is actually I think you missed evaluating the table topics master, which I will be glad to do so. Toastmaster Jeff, congratulations for giving such a very extensive way of committing to the theme of quantum physics. Good job in relating the table topics with like apparatus or things that we see in the lab. It's very science oriented. So good job in doing that. And I also appreciate the extensive background that you gave on table topics. So what can I give you as uh, perhaps just a challenge? Perhaps make the tips a bit more of a refresher. I know that most of us here, actually all of us, are already Toastmasters. So instead of having very extensive or spending a lot of time on the speech patterns, just a bit of a refresher and also recommend a pattern if you can. And in your slides. Perhaps you can use hyperlinks, or usually, personally, what I usually do is I don't give them a choice anymore. I just give them a question. I don't give them the luxury of choosing, or will you choose glasses or boots or PPEs or whatsoever. So I just give them, because in real life you don't have a choice, right? So you just have to have a go at it right away. But nonetheless, congratulations, Toastmaster Jeff. Round of applause to you, and congratulations also to Toastmaster Lit for giving the evaluation of table topics. I jotted down a few notes. If you don't mind, give me a minute for me to be able to express my feedback also to our table topic speakers. I'll make this real quick. Distinguished Toastmaster Christine, good use of metaphor. My challenge to you is eye contact. I know that your eyes may be wandering somewhere whenever you try to compose your thoughts. It is something. It's a development area that perhaps you might want to consider. Second, Toastmaster Rose, very lively and vivacious sharing of your view of teleportation, how you want to spend it. So my only challenge to you is, why do you not choose these places? I know that there is something that, instead of just saying, I want to go to Italy or I want to go to Japan. So perhaps you can do a bit of a build up and also give an explanation. I'm more likely want to be able to, for us to understand and appreciate why you chose these places. Toastmaster Mar, I love the use of prep. I challenge you to go from theoretical to personal. I know that you have a very complete and comprehensive way of understanding and explaining that God does not play dice with the universe. Actually, quoting a lot of biblical quotes, biblical words. So just go from the theoretical to personal, perhaps something that you can see what alignment you have with those thoughts. And for Toastmaster Beth, I love the confidence. I would challenge you to make good use of your introduction and your conclusion in a more powerful and impactful manner. But nonetheless, for as someone who took on the table topic session or table topic speech for the first time, that's actually an excellent way to get going with your journey as a Toastmaster. So congratulations, Toastmaster Beth, and to all our speakers. Let's move on to the to the evaluator of our prepared speakers for this evening. I would like to call in our first evaluator for the speech of Toastmaster Rochelle, Evaluation and Feedback One Project. I would like to call in Toastmaster Marley Biran.
Yes, good evening, Toastmaster Rochelle. Toastmaster Rochelle, I commend you for three things. First, you did something huge because you were able to tie up the team, and even the elements and the terms that make the team quantum quantum physics to your personal speech. I like that. It's really tough to be able to do that. Second, I would like also to commend that you have a sound structure: introduction, body, and closing, or the call to action. And I would like to also recognize that you did a good introduction. Let me take you to the being a momtrepreneur, and then at the end, it was also a sound ending because you invited the people to a toast. Yes, those are important. And of course, the third one is that you exuded confidence as if you were already a seasoned Toastmaster. My points of suggestion is following. First, about the vocal variety. Maybe, and about the poses. The first one is the poses because you continue to take it as if there is no paragraph, as if sentences can be just close to each other. And of course, the second one is about vocal variety because you should have put an emphasis either by raising your voice or lowering your voice or emphasizing down. And third, may I suggest this? Because I have been hearing stories about people, especially in the sales, that this woman is commendable because she's a single woman, super mom, or what we call a superwoman. So I hope that you will make your speech a little different from the common one. Like you can illustrate, amplify your being a super mom entrepreneur by citing or illustrating, even in passing, because it appears that everything about what happened is smooth, as if you did not encounter any issue at all. So you can incorporate some of your personal experience. All in all, it was good, and I look forward to evaluating you again. Thank you. I return the control back to the general evaluator.
Thank you very much, President Mar. Round of applause for Toastmaster Mar. And of course, congratulations, Toastmaster Rochelle, for your speech this evening. Toastmaster Mar, you went straight to the point, which I really appreciate. No fuss, no frills. So good job in doing that. I also love that you were able to outline your commendations. Like there are three things that I like about your speech. One, two, three, quite straightforward, quite solid. And also, I commend you for being observant in the way that you gave your, or active listening as well, in the way that you performed your evaluation this evening. So Toastmaster Mar, I challenge you to apply your first style in the commendations when you signposted. When you said that I have three things that I would like to recommend, or three things that I consider as the good points of your speech. So you also, I challenge you to apply the same level of structure in your recommendation. Why is this important? Because this is an evaluation and feedback speech. So that means the speaker will have to remember, at least bring to heart, the recommendations that you gave, right? So it is important for you to be able to clearly define that there are three things that you would like her to focus on. Number one is pauses, vocal variety, and overall the content of the speech. Second is in the way that you could also look at the other aspects of the speech of Toastmaster Rochelle. So you tackled on delivery, and I believe that you're also able to tackle on the content. What I am looking for, and this is my recommendation to you, Toastmaster Rochelle, is to strengthen more and tie the loose ends together in terms of the structure of the speech. Perhaps as a basic start, you may want to use the power of three. Very, very element or very classic. You'll never go wrong with the power of three. Three stories or 3 points, three lessons, and this will add organization into your speech. Try that so that it's easy for people to remember. Like, for example, being a mompreneur, you can say, or three challenges that you face, or three stories that would highlight these qualities of being a quantum mompreneur. Nakakabulol. Mompreneur. Okay. So those are my challenges to you. But congratulations. And I hope that in the next speech, round of speech, you'll be able to apply the feedback that was given by Toastmaster Mar to you. Round of applause and congratulations, Toastmaster Rochelle and Toastmaster Mar. Let's move on to the evaluation of the speech of Toastmaster Jeff. Very interesting speech about Starbucks and toilets. Toastmaster Juliet, on to you. Toastmaster Juliet, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
There you go.
I'm okay. Good evening. Okay, Toastmasters Jeff. The objective of your speech is applying evaluation and feedback from your previous speech. So let me tell you first the things that you excelled at. Can you hear me, everyone?
Yes.
I'm having a bad connection. Okay. Okay. I believe in the first evaluation that you are gaining the skill of entertaining your audience with your stage presence and body movement. So keep it up. You have excelled at the delivery of your speech with your gestures, vocal variation, and your eye contact. Now, some of the suggestions, since the objective of the speech is applying the evaluation from previous speech, but it was still not observed as you went over time again. So again, be mindful of the time allotment, especially when you are joining a contest. You have to be mindful of that, which leads me to my next suggestions, which is to consider reducing the sentences and paragraphs at the beginning part of your speech and make it short and concise by omitting all those things about coffee and Starbucks and the Maritas. But overall, I was truly entertained by your speech, so keep it up and congratulations. Over to you, DTM Rainier.
Round of applause for Toastmaster Juliet. Another short and sweet evaluation, which I appreciate. Toastmaster Juliet, you went straight to the point, and that is what matters. And I also love the way that you recounted the evaluation that was given, and you use these as your basis in providing feedback in the speech of Toastmaster Jeff's tonight. And you were able to stick to the objectives of even going beyond that objective, which is giving a recommendation of focusing on or minimizing, or at least making sure that there is a good way of limiting the ideas perhaps. And that is also something that I would like to give and challenge Toastmaster Jeff. I think the cohesiveness of the ideas should is something that you can consider working on, like making sure that one portion clearly defines the next portion, transition from one idea to the other, so that the segments don't look fragmented. And this is something that you might want to consider. Like for example, talking about your titas giving asking a comment on when will you get a job, and then just suddenly you went into the job interview, and then suddenly you went to the Starbucks, and then I felt that there is something that needs to put them all together, so it's easy for the people to, for your audience to follow the logic behind it, and that is in terms of the cohesivity. Yes, but nonetheless, I think you did a great job in entertaining everyone tonight. So congratulations, and I hope that you don't experience that again. Right, round of applause for Toastmaster Jeff and Toastmaster Juliet. Good job. Now let's move on to the particles, or the minute particles of our meeting, which is the use of grammar, the use of crutch words, and the use of time. Let us listen to our language evaluator, Toastmaster Armel Gutierrez.
Thank you so much to our general evaluator tonight. Good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters. As your language evaluator, I am in a superposition of listening and at the same time jotting down notes to capture your thoughts or your ideas as you explore your minds in capturing those thought-provoking topics as well as listening to the prepared speech. Congratulations to the Toastmasters who used the word of the night superposition, like Toastmaster Beth, Rochelle, DTM Mark, and DTM Rainier. And also for the quotable quotes that I listened well, like for distinguished Toastmaster Christine, I love it when you said that quantum leap magnifies our life as we experience changes in life, career, or success. Also for Toastmaster Rose, she said that I would like to travel together with my parents. In that sense, I felt that you really love your parents and you care enough for them also. For Toastmaster Mar, I love it when you said that everything that goes in a cycle is made by God. I also believe in that statement. And for Toastmaster Beth, something always comes up in the least you expect it. And for Toastmaster Jeff, coffee is a lifestyle. And yes, I work and survive life. For the powerful words tonight, I love it when you said resilience, Toastmaster Rochelle, as well as the word of audacity from DTM Mark and the word oasis from Toastmaster Jeff. Fellow Toastmasters, let's continue on communicating and at the same time use the English language to connote positivity and also appreciate that English language is our first language, even though we are used to speaking in Filipino. I would like to return the control to you, our general evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Armel. At first, I was actually worried that people will not be able to use superposition as the word of the evening. Why? Because I Googled it. It seems like the meaning is very scientific. In fact, it is scientific. But I know that it's such a challenge to use it. But it seems like everyone got the drift of it. So, congratulations and good job. So, congratulations also, Toastmaster Armel, for giving the report on grammar this evening. I know and I appreciate the way that you observed keenly on the usage of the word of the day and even the gems that you observed tonight. So, congratulations. My only challenge is look into some areas for improvement. It may not be many, like, for example, in terms of enunciation, in terms of the right use of pauses in the way that we pronounce words. And this might be something that you might want to look into as well in your report. But nonetheless, I think you did a great job. So congratulations. Now we move on to our counter, Toastmaster Rose. On to you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you to our General Evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster Rainier. Let us go back to the Schrodinger's cat theory, or the Schrodinger's cat thought experiment. I said it all. So the result is determined if the cat is alive or dead. It is only determined after we observe the box. And in that case, I am your observer for tonight for all your ahs and ums. So we will see if you have survived or if you have died in terms of your usage of ahs and ums. I would like to congratulate everyone because most of us have uttered minimum ahs and ums. I will only report the people who have committed many. Toastmaster Jeff, so many so's, I did not count anymore. For Toastmaster Mar, as you committed, let's see here, 6 as. That's how many I counted. Toastmaster Rainier, I just counted 3 ums from you. And then, probably by coincidence, I saw you brush your nose 2 times for the motion count. I'm going to flip my hair just to make you feel a little at home as well. So those, and I committed another Those are all the us and ums committed for tonight. Toastmaster Mark, perfect. Toastmaster Beth, perfect. Toastmaster Rochelle, perfect. Oh, Toastmaster Kat said, just once. So that's very minimal for everyone, right? It's one thing to celebrate. I would like to state, being an observer of evaluations, I noticed that the ahs and ums come up when we get to the part of recommendations, probably because of our culture. As Filipinos, we're not used to saying direct things to others. We're not as opinionated as, let's say, our Westerner members. And with that, I would like to invite everyone, let's go to that other universe, to the manyverse that we are that perfect, if not close to perfect speakers without saying us and ums. And that's it for my report. I will return the control back to our general evaluator.
Sorry, Toastmaster Rose. I'm having a nosebleed right now.
Oh my gosh.
So that's why
Sorry.
I'm pushing my nose.
That's why.
Yeah. So,
The
nagulat din
nose
din
is
ako. First time ako nosebleed. Not because of
punch
English, but because of
physics.
Quantum physics.
yeah. But
you,
anyway, the show must go on. I am trying to control the bleeding. So
you
let's
can
move on.
pinch your nose.
Yes,
Head
I
down.
will have to pinch my nose now.
You can
Let's
take a
move on to the
probably break.
timers report. Toastmaster
Kaya.
Johnson.
All right. Good evening, everyone, and fellow Toastmasters. Tonight, as a time evaluator, I took track of time of the speeches from table topics, prepared speeches, and evaluations. So let's start. The table topics we have started at exactly 7:15 p.m. and ended at 7:43 p.m. Um, so for the first table topic speech on Toastmaster Christine, the actual time is 2 minutes and 21 seconds, so a bit over time by 21 seconds. Uh, the next is Toastmaster Rose. Um, oh, it's within the time, and actual time is 1 minute and 55 seconds. The next is Toastmaster Mark. Uh, a bit over time by 16 seconds with an actual time of 2 minutes and 16 seconds. And last is Toastmaster Break with an actual time of 1 minute and 58 seconds. So next is for the prepared speeches. We started at exactly 7:47 p.m. and ended at 8:03 p.m. First is Toastmaster Rochelle with an actual time of 5 minutes and 21 seconds. And next is Toastmaster Jeff with and his overtime by 2 minutes and 3 seconds with an actual time of 9 minutes and 3 seconds. So the next is for the evaluation. We started at 8:06 p.m. and still ongoing. So everyone is just on time, except Toastmaster Lit and yeah, just Toastmaster Lit with an actual time of 7 minutes and 25 seconds. And yeah, that is it for my time evaluation. Of the Toastmaster Radio.
Thank you and congratulations, Toastmaster John. I think this is your first time being the timer this evening, so I hope that you enjoyed the experience and you did a great job in jotting down the time that we used in our speeches tonight. So congratulations. I know that in your next coming meetings you'll be assigned other roles, but when you do your timer role in the future, I challenge or even other technical roles, you might want to have a bit more complete approach in delivering a speech or your report. Even if it's a technical report, you should have, or I challenge you to have an introduction, the body, which is the main report, and the conclusion of your speech, which perhaps a challenge or or even a quotation that you can leave to the audience. But nonetheless, I encourage you to take on more roles, no matter what role it is, be it a grammarian, a counter, or a timer, because it is part of your leadership journey when you take on these roles. And congratulations for doing such a great job tonight. So, round of applause for Toastmaster John. So for let me wrap this up real quick because I need to rush to the clinic just to have myself checked. So to our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Mark, congratulations for observing such a high level or high quality level of our meeting for this evening, being the Toastmaster of the evening. You exemplified what it is to be a great host. I love the way that you are very much conscious of time. The mastery of the meeting flow was there, very apparent. And you even research quite well. The transition from one portion to the other is quite impressive. Uh, relating quantum physics with the portion of that you're introducing. So good job in doing that. In fact, I would just like to challenge everyone to refer to Mark's standards when he does the TME role. And whenever you do that role as well in the future, I hope that you remember Mark because he did such an excellent job tonight. So congratulations, Toastmaster Mark. How about a round of applause for distinguished Toastmaster Mark Edrada? Being in this club meeting tonight is such a joy because I did not just enjoy but also learn and listen to great speeches. I am very much impressed with the discipline that you have in the club, even the way that the Vice President for Education reached out to me, invited me like many weeks ago, I think on Christmas Day. DTM Mark reached out to me on Christmas Day, inviting me to be the general evaluator for this evening, which is a month from the time of the meeting. So, and all the information that the GE would need have already been provided really ahead of time. So, good job. The quality of the program is there. And you're able to start on time, and I think we're finishing right on time actually. So good job in doing that. My only recommendation is a bit of branding. I noticed that in most of your slides, I don't see the Toastmasters logo. Being the former PR manager of the district, I recommend that you ask or you put the Toastmasters logo. If you wanted to do it side by side with your club logo, then it's fine. In fact, club logos are not encouraged. Uh, so just put the Toastmasters logo as much as you can in your slides, just for branding purposes. People will remember and people will feel that they are in a Toastmasters meeting. Congratulations to everyone. Thank you very much for such an interesting evening. And I hope that you feel good about yourselves in attending this meeting. The barometer of having a successful meeting is when members feel good that after attending this meeting, they feel good that they've done something good or they've accomplished something. And I hope that by just listening, you are able to pick up something, one or two, in the way that you improve in your Toastmasters journey. Thank you, and I hope to be with you again. Sorry, I will have to drop quite early now because I have to run to the clinic, and I hope to see you again. Thank you very much. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Rainier.
You, the Demaray near.
Hey, Toastmaster Rainier, I hope you're fine. So you may rush to the clinic now.
Kaya pa naman.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Rainier and our evaluators for your insightful feedback. Your observations are invaluable to our progress, much like how quantum measurements advance our understanding of the universe. As we close our tonight's meeting, let us reflect on the lessons from our theme, quantum physics. Just as quantum particles hold limitless possibilities, so do we. Every role we take, every speech we give, and every piece of feedback we receive brings us closer to becoming our best selves. Quantum physics also teaches us about the interconnectedness of the universe. Whether it's entanglement or wave-particle duality, it reminds us that we are part of a larger dynamic system. Similarly, as Toastmasters, we are part of a community that uplifts and inspires each other. Thank you to our role players, speakers, and participants for making tonight's meeting a success. Once again, let's continue to challenge ourselves and embrace the unknown with curiosity and courage. And for our announcements and updates, I turn the Toastmaster of the Evening hat to the Vice President for Education hat. To our prepared speakers, you may now send your digital evaluation forms to your assigned evaluators. To the evaluators, you may complete and send the digital evaluation form to your assigned speakers. Congratulations, Toastmasters Armel and Elise, for completing the respective pathway levels. Toastmaster Armel completed her Persuasive Influence Level 2, while Toastmaster Elise completed her Presentation Mastery Level 4. Last January 18, our very own distinguished Toastmaster and past international director Christine Temblique has won third place in the international speech category area level during the areas M2, M4, and M5 of Division M joint area contests held in Mandaluyong City. Congratulations, distinguished Toastmaster Christine.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Tita Christine.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is our list of our target level competitors before the current Toastmaster term ends. The Meycauayan Toastmasters Club attained 25 education awards from different members. This in turn garnered our club 9 DCP goals met as of January 25, 2025. The Division G speech contest will be held on February 15, 2025 in Luna, La Union. To those who want to attend, let the Meycauayan Toastmasters Executive Committee know so they can arrange a service to the venue. Let us greet our beloved Toastmaster Lit. Happy birthday this January. We wish you
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Lit.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our next educational meeting will be on February 11, 2025 at 7 p.m. The theme will be Falling in Love using Newton's law of universal gravitation. And we will discover the science behind falling and falling in love. Let us see how we can pull it off next meeting. This meeting will be hosted by Toastmaster Marie Chris as our Toastmaster for that evening. We will have our prepared speeches and mentoring sessions on February 1 at 2 p.m. via Zoom. This is open to Meycauayan Toastmasters Club members. Ihanda ang mga sarili at ang mga talumpati sa darating na club level patimpalak sa wikang Pilipino. 4 na kategorya ang ating paglalaban-labanan para sa nasabing patimpalak. Ang paksang pahapag, pagsusuri at pagpapahalaga, ang nakatatawang talumpati at ang pamukaw na talumpati. Ito ay isang paghahanda at pagsasanay sa maaaring dumating na interdivision patimpalak sa wikang Pilipino sa Agosto. Gaganapin ang ating club level patimpalak pagkaraan ng District Convention 2025. Sa mga nagpapasyang sumali, mangyari makipag-ugnayan lamang sa inyong lingkod, Mark Edrada. Brace yourselves for the upcoming themes this 2025. Start researching about these themes. To our viewers on our social media platform, we invite you to join us to our regular educational meetings every second and fourth Tuesday of the month at 7 to 9:30 p.m. This is done online via Zoom. Admission is free, and follow us on our official social media accounts. For more personal and professional lessons about communication and leadership, download the previous issues of The Toast, the official e-newsletter of Meycauayan Toastmasters Club. Download it for free by scanning the QR code at your screen. Experts say that when you understand quantum physics, it means that you have never understood it at all. If you are inclined in studying quantum physics, I suggest start reading Dr. Joe Dispenza's You Are Placebo. And from this, quantum physics also plays the role in the placebo and nocebo effects. Next meeting, let's discuss some classical physics like the Newtonian one, and of course, romantic love. Fellow Toastmasters, see you next meeting. I am your Vice President for Education, Mark Edrada, and this is the family that rises and leads with competence and confidence. This is Meycauayan Toastmasters Club. Back to you, President Jeff.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Mark, for the announcements. Thank you, everyone, for participating for tonight's meeting. So before we conclude this meeting, is Dr. June Aser here? Hello, Dr. June. Are you still there?
Good evening, Dr. June. He's still here.
Yeah, I think because he said that he's going to his patient, so I think he's not yet here. By the way, I'm glad that Toastmaster Beth and Toastmaster John is here. We're glad to have you on Meycauayan Toastmasters Club. Let's welcome our new members team. Let's give them a round of applause.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Officially.
Club.
So I just have a question. Yung one dun sa, yung Makating one, dun sa TCP as of 25 yan. So, na-complete na natin, ano? Kasi na-process ka na yung dalawa.
Isa
pa ata.
Hindi, dalawa nga yung na-process kasi one na lang yung nasa screenshot kanina eh.
Di, three.
Three pa.
Three ba? Three
to date is
isa
one.
pa.
Yeah, it's last one.
Ang kate!
And we're done na.
Yay!
Kaya na yun, isa na lang. Yeah. Thank you, Tim Roses, and to all for your support on our club. So, I think I need to conclude now. Before we close, I'd like to thank again everyone for your participation. Our tonight's meeting is about both intellectually stimulating and engaging. As distinguished Toastmaster Christine said, it's a Toastmaster, a public speaking, and a science club. So they are both. The theme Quantum Physics reminds us to embrace curiosity and explore new ideas that will enrich our personal and professional lives. So remember, in both Toastmasters and in life, it's not about understanding everything at once. It's about taking one step at a time towards growth and learning. So by the trust,
President Jeff, excuse me. Before we end, let's have Toastmaster Elise to say something because I think...
okay.
Yeah, glad you made it, Elise. Nakahabol ka.
Thank you.
Nagpatulog ng apo.
It's just going to be a very busy year for me. I hope everyone is going to bear with me. Thank you so much for the time. Hello, everyone. Happy birthday, dance mate. Love you, miss you.
Thank you.
Tita Elise, Toastmaster Elise. I think we need to get ready for your next audition for that Christmas party. 12 months preparation for your
an additional member
number.
in our. We have an additional member for our dance.
Yeah.
Betchay.
So you're going to be three.
She's not only a good speaker, she's a very potential one, and I'm so happy. I'm her Toastmaster mommy. I brought her in. I'm proud of her.
Yeah. We're both proud of you, Tita Elise and Toastmaster Beth. All right, so by the trust vested in me by Meycauayan Toastmasters Club, I now adjourn this meeting. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Nice to see you.
For the